I had a thought about this level. And that thought was, let's go to the shops. We're in the desert, we're probably hungry, who knows, thirsty maybe. So let's put in a trader and let's make sure that he notices us. So a few words on traders. You might wonder how to put them in. Yeah, we have to go out of game mode and then look at NPCs. So okay, so if you type trader, you find nothing, right? Actually, you can make any NPC a trader if, and this is very important, if they can talk. Okay, so let's find a guy who is willing to trade with us. It will be a human. Let's have a look. Look at this guy. We'll pick him. The human male strong player from the trailer. Never seen him before. And what I did was click, we create new from selected to place him in our mod. You don't have to do this, but if you don't, then you'll start editing files in your base game, yeah? So if we're just going to make him speak, that's not a big problem, but I prefer to like always do this in case I start like editing the character. So then we have him. We will place this one. This guy exists only in our mod. We place him in the level. He's going to be our trader. And now we can start the fun part. We will name him Dibbler. And we'll figure out how he can trade. So one option is, of course, to just look at everything here. And I think we've gone through that before. We go to, let's see, tradable type. He is tradable. And we will give him some items. Yeah, so we'll give him some stuff, like a grilled miniature space hamster, perhaps a very fragrant fungus stew. Maybe we give him, let's see, some stale bread, a spoiled treacle tart, perhaps even rotten chicken eggs. And oh yeah, a nice fried rat skewer. That's nice. There was also another item that was a fried like bird on a stick, but I couldn't find it, so let's stick with this. You see everything went white, then you just have to switch. And I wanted to show you that there is another way as well to put in trading stuff. I just have to find it. So one thing you can do if you can't find something is search. So yeah, this is what I was looking for. Trade the treasure. You can also use this. So it says empty, but you can actually put in like some sort of stash. These are tables you can make. For example, like he could be a melon supplier, or perhaps a cabbage supplier. So we put this. He has the contents of a cabbage crate, and we remove the empty. All right, so now I think that this Dibbler guy has a lot of stuff to sell us. So what we want to do here is that we want him to discover us. And then we can talk to him and trade. So I'm just going to make a very quick dialogue and add it to this character. Yeah, so you can just skip ahead if you don't want to see the dialogue creation, but it might be of interest due to the trading. So here I've just opened a dialogue file. I will add some speakers. We're gonna need Dibbler. Hey, aren't you here? So it's the human guy we put in. The male strong player test. I don't think the name got properly activated yet. We will fix that. And we will add the players. Yeah. And there we have it. So what is he going to say? Hello, customer. Hello, customer. Can I interest you in some fine grilled delicacies? They do have quite an overpowering smell. That is the sign of rich cuisine. So we'll do two options here. Can we trade? And are those rats? I'm leaving. So are those rats? I'm leaving. That's our end node. Okay, are those rats on a stick? Can we trade? And he's gonna say yes. Yes, yes, please. And then we will put the trade tag here. And when we go back, he is of course going to end the conversation with, I'll sell it for less, and that's cutting my own throat. Cool. That will be the end of the conversation, and then we can escape from him. So how do we make this a trade menu? Well, we're actually going to look for a flag. So we're going to set a flag, and that flag probably has something to do with tags. Sorry, with trade. And then we are getting into looking at different sort of flags. This will probably be an object flag. It has something to do with an object in the world, so let's just look for trade. Yeah, so there is one called start trade. So let's just do that. And then let's save it. That's a very good idea. And we're going to have to make a timeline. So we're going to make a cool timeline. Cutting me own throat trade is what we'll call this dialogue. Let's save it. Let's make a timeline. Generate full copper. So in order for the dialogue to work, you need some sort of timeline. And the demo one will just have them standing like this. You can get your own timelines, like your own timeline templates from the base game, but today I think we're going to experiment with just finding something that's suitable for our conversation. So I'm just looking around. I don't usually use this menu much, but I am open to the possibility that there's something useful here. If shipping means it was ready for the released game, then why not? Let's just have one speaker. I think we need something that says like PX3 or something. PX2, because we have more than one person in the conversation. If you take timeline templates from the base game, you usually don't have to worry about this because everyone is included. But yeah, let's go with this one. And we create a timeline. Oi! What's this? I've never seen this before. I don't think we're going to try and debug the toolkit. Yeah. No, that's beyond my pay grade. So it's going to crash now, and I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to select different timeline templates. So yeah, for some reason this did crash. I've been using this toolkit for hundreds, if not thousands of hours at this point, and I've never seen that one before, so... but I was now selecting some random stuff I didn't know about, so I'm gonna show you how I usually do it. Okay, so it did crash, and we are back here. Unfortunately, Astarion has been replaced with Will. Not because I don't like Will, but because, you know, oh, he's completely gone. I remake everything. So yeah, I remade this guy. Let's save then. I put in everything we put in the sidebar. And one thing I'll do is just add the dialogue that we have made. We don't have a timeline for it yet. Yeah, that's the dialogue, and we are going to make a timeline. Yeah, so if you want to put in stuff to use as your own timeline templates, you have to extract timelines from the base game. You go into data public and your mod project. You go to timeline and generated, and basically you want to keep your stuff in here. So I just have a lot of testing files in here but if you want to get the new timeline packed with your mod, it has to be in here. So I will pick something that I've used in one of my projects, and I'll put it in here and we'll use it. Yeah, so I'm just pasting in a timeline from the base game. This is a Dark Urge scene. And now let's hope that this works and something doesn't go wrong. So I'm just going to save again. We're going to go to timeline. We're going to go to generate, full copper. Yeah, well, the timeline that is linked is broken, custom. I will now put in the path for the actual timeline generated folder, and you see this is the file we put in. I select it, and hopefully now we don't get an error. Yeah, so we have a nice timeline generated. So let's work on our script. We gave this guy a dark vision boost because he's human and he couldn't actually see in this not very dim area, but I guess it's because it's, you know, sunset. So what we want to do here now is avoid this guy. He's very creepy, but when he sees us, he's gonna run over and he's gonna want to trade with us, okay? Okay, so let's talk about this script. This is getting a little bit more complex than most of my other videos, I think. And what we're doing here is that we have this trader guy, right? Dibbler. That's this guy. If he saw us, so you can always check like how to put the different parameters in your script. If you just select the call and you check up here. There is also a BG3 wiki that has the calls and explanations for them. So I'll just try to explain what's happening here, and you can try it yourself. So if this character sees us, the player, and the player is defined here, DB players is character player, something will happen. The number 1 here is, it means that we were sneaking. So target was sneaking 1, yeah, we were sneaking. If it's 0, we were not sneaking. And if he sees us when we're sneaking, he will get this exclamation mark, and that's just him. And he's going to move to us and start the dialogue. So I'm using the proc here, which will actually then also trigger the dialogue. If you use this call without the proc, the dialogue didn't trigger, at least not for me. So then you probably have to do something more with your script. So the trader will move to us, the player, and he will select his dialogue resource that we made, and he will be running to us, and he will be running after us for 60 seconds. And if he doesn't find us or reach us in 60 seconds, we have managed to escape, and he's gonna stop running. And this ignore thing here, that is, I think that's for the move ID. I don't know if I can explain that well, but it works. So okay, he's gonna see us, he's gonna run over to us, get an exclamation mark, and start the dialogue. Now, if the dialogue is started, and that's the dialogue that we made, then we're gonna hide the exclamation mark, because we don't want him to have the exclamation mark forever, yeah? So that's basically it. I have built it, and it's ready to go. So let's see how it works. Alright, so here we are, and we want to avoid this really suspicious trader guy. We're going to be sneaking.
Not a peep.
And he might not be able to spot us very well. So you see he's not the most observant guy, but he's trying. So I'm gonna unsneak myself. And yeah, he sees us, and he's running after us. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, let's try to get away. Oh no, I tripped. Oh! Dialogue has started. He's wondering if he can interest us in some fine grill delicacies. They have quite an overpowering smell. Yeah, that's the sign of rich cuisine. So if we select are those rats on the stick I'm leaving, then we can leave. But let's see if we can trade. So we can. We don't have anything to trade with. Do we have anything that's worth anything? Maybe we trade our scroll of Revivify for a delicious grilled cormorant. What happened? We lost the trade menu. What happened? Let's try again. So I'm just gonna say that there was this issue where the trading menu cancelled out very quickly, and it's probably because I put the flag on the wrong node. I'm gonna move it to the can we trade node. I'm going to remove it from the other node. It's an object, start trade, remove. Because I think what happens is if you put it on the answer, the dialog continues in the background and it will end automatically. And it's probably because these two are grouped. So I'm also going to remove grouping here. And we will just update the timeline. So that's just refreshing the timeline. Then we're going to, just to be sure, reload the level and story. And now we're going to see how this works. So we are trying again.
Silence is golden.
Oh, no jumping. No, up. Yep. Okay, so let's see now. If we trade, will it cancel? We have no more shit to trade though. So we have no money. Can we give him our alchemy pouch? No. Can we sell him the debug book? Maybe the keychain? No. Camp supply pack. Okay. So you see, so the trading menu is pretty stable. We have some money, so let's try to buy our rat skewer. Cool, so now it's stable, and that's because I put the trade flag on the question node, so when I go out now, I hope that we get the rest of the dialogue. Yeah. He'll sell it for less, and that's cutting his own throat. Cool. Okay, so this video showed you a couple of different things. It showed you how to put in the exclamation mark, how to remove it, how to make a trader, and also how to get a creepy guy to follow you to start a conversation, which is something we all want. So thanks for joining me. See you soon.